Hello, everyone. Welcome to this 20 minutes practice. The target for this practice will be release tension in the area of our shoulders, in the area of our middle spine, and yeah, join me here and let's start moving. And we will start sitting down with our spine straight, shoulders relaxed, so there's enough space between our shoulders and ears. And maybe you close your eyes here and maybe you find your breath. And maybe you take a few breaths deeper just to symbolize, to send signal to your brain that you're about to start your practice. Maybe you set your intention for the practice of what would you like to cultivate here. And when you're ready, you open your eyes, you interlace your hands over your head, lengthen, stretch, it feels pleasant. And then release your arms. And let's also create a lock. Interlace hands behind your back, chest forward, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then hands on knees and a few circular movements with your spine, with your torso. As slow as possible, simply to check in how your body feels today in the area of your spine, your back, your chest, but also infusing this movement with your breath. So important. Breath is what makes us practicing yoga and now some random movement. Changing the direction of your movements and releasing. And then let's reach forward and backwards, a sort of seated cat-cow. Again, warming up the spine. On the inhale, you reach forward, and on the exhale, you exhale and round your back, reaching backwards. Good. Let's bring hands together. And we will bring your left elbow on top of your left knee, while your right shoulder wants to rotate your chest towards the ceiling. Yes. And coming out of this posture and then changing sides, your right elbow on top of your right knee. Your left shoulder wants to rotate you towards the ceiling. Squeeze your navel in. Notice the stretch of your side body. And coming out of the posture. Good. Releasing your legs, your both hands behind your hips, chest forward, feet on the floor. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, chest forward. Now bringing both hands onto the shins and reaching all the way back and to the front with an inhale. Same thing here, keeping warming up the spine. Bringing that fluidity and energy and blood flow in the area of the spine, in the area of the back. And then bringing your left ankle on top of your right knee. Discovering external rotation of your hip joint. And then changing sides. Right ankle on top of your left knee. Same thing here. External rotation of the hip. Good. Release. Release the movement and we will roll over the knees, coming into your all fours. Hands beneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Moving your spine, rounding and arching your spine, infusing this movement with your breath. Such a simple movement and yet so important as a foundation of our awareness of the spine. Awareness of the movement of our spine. Linking breath with the movement. Key principles of the practice. Let's lower arms onto the floor and rest our forehead onto the hands. Notice how your chest starts melting towards the floor. This should feel as if you're opening across the chest. you're still breathing, maybe into the back, maybe into the sides of your ribs. Maybe straightening both arms and then sliding all the way back into your first child's pose, the posture of humbleness and surrender. Now let's reach up and sit on your heels, but also you have an option here to tuck your toes. This will add a different sensation in the area of your feet. For some people, this may feel unpleasant, so be aware here, don't cross your edge, don't go too deep. Sliding into the deer pose. So your right knee is bent, and your right foot as if it's touching the inner side of your left leg, and your left foot is behind. Your right hand, your left hand will be behind your hips, and your right hand will reach up until you find a pleasant stretch of your right side of your body. And you may round your right arm, and you may allow your arm to follow the shape of your head and your ear. And maybe you squeeze your navel, maybe you take a few breaths into this side of your ribs. And you're coming out of the posture. Straight spine, we will now twist towards your right side. Your spine is straight. And here you may even play a little bit with your chin, just lowering your chin to the right collarbone, and then your middle of your chest, and then even the left side of your collarbone. Good. Releasing the posture and changing. Not yet. First, let's reach forward, and this sensation, this posture may have a different sensation in the hips. And now we release the posture, and now we change sides. So your left foot will be next to your right inner thigh, your spine is straight. Now your right hand is behind your hips, and your left arm wants to lengthen and then round. And you surrender, you melt, you follow your arm. The main thing here is to find the pleasant sensation of lengthening along the left side of your body. Maybe take a few breaths here into the sides of your ribs. And coming out of the posture, first your spine is straight and lengthened, and then you twist towards the left. And again, maybe you lower your chin here, towards your right collarbone, and then middle, and then your left collarbone. Noticing how this is experienced in the area of your neck. Good, very good. Untwisting, releasing your legs. Maybe a few intuitive movements, how to release them, the tension. And then we will roll roll over the knees, coming into the all fours, tucking your toes, arch your spine, straighten the legs, and then slide with your hips backwards, coming into your first down dog. And enjoy this first dog posture. Play with it. Maybe bend your knees slightly. Maybe play with your feet. Maybe move your head a little bit. Explore here. It should feel pleasant. Inhale, you shift your weight forward for your high plank. Activate your core here. Breathe. With your next exhale, slide back, down dog. And then front, high plank, and then back for dog. Just a few times you repeat this movement. Building fire, building strength. Good. And then coming to high plank, lowering your knees, and finding rest in your child's pose. your second down dog. Tucking your toes, arching your spine, straightening both legs, and then sliding with your hips towards the back of your mat. And then relaxing your head, allowing your head to be heavy. Good. Sliding forward, high plank. This time we will lower onto the forearms for your low plank. Same thing, building fire from the center of your body, from your core. Lowering your knees and melting forward for your Sphinx pose. We are creating curve in the lower back. Make sure that your shoulders are not rising, that there is enough space between your shoulders and your ears. Good. And you breathe, maybe into the sides of your ribs. Maybe you direct your breath into the area of your back. But make sure that you are breathing. And release the posture. And maybe move your hips here from side to side, releasing this tension. And now we will spread your arms to the side. And now your left arm will rotate your thumb in, palm up. And your right foot will cross over your left leg. And your torso will lean towards that left arm. Good. You don't really see my left hand there. And then we will change the side. Same thing here. You rotate your right hand, palm up, and then you lean towards that arm. Release, push back. Child's pose, finding some rest. Finding your breath, recentering, checking in with yourself again and again. And then your downwards facing dog on the exhale. Let's bring your right knee behind your right wrist, coming into the proud swan. See that your hips are not yet melting all the way down to the floor. You're helping yourself with the hands. And maybe you engage your glutes so that you want to find stretch on the top of your left quad. Yes. Also, there is some curve, some back bend here. So be careful here. And again, if there's any discomfort in your knee, then you simply skip the posture. And now you allow yourself to melt. Allow yourself to completely lower down. And this will also change the sensation of where you feel the posture. You will feel gentle stretch of your right glute. Good. Breathe. Continuously exploring the breath and the sensations in the body coming out of the posture, and then dropping onto that right hip. And now we have one leg straight and the other leg is bent. And now we will rotate towards the bent knee, and we will do the same thing as we did at the very beginning of the class. We will want to lean towards the straight leg, finding stretch and lengthening of the whole side body. This is our main goal here. And maybe you gaze down, and then you come out of the posture, straighten your back, and then you twist towards your bent knee. Coming out of the posture, roll over your knees, and then same thing, down dog, and then your left knee behind your left wrist. First coming for the proud version of this posture. Notice that you may, as if you want to squeeze both legs towards each other, engaging the glutes as much as possible. Good. And now allow yourself to melt. Allow yourself to rest. Notice how this shift in the posture immediately is reflected in how you feel the posture. And you should not feel pain, especially in your front knee. Dropping onto the left hip, bringing your right leg all the way towards the front, stretch your right leg, and then you bend your left knee, and then same thing here. First you turn your chest towards the bent knee, and one of your hands is on that knee, and the opposite hand wants to lengthen the whole side of your body. It does not have to be deep. The main goal here is to explore and enjoy the sensation of opening and creating space in the sides of your body. Breath is here what will even increase the sensation. When you're ready, you're coming out of the posture and just finish up the posture with a gentle twist. And when you're ready, you untwist and you bring both feet together. Both soles of the feet together, your spine is straight, and then see that you can lean forward, maybe gently around your spine, but again, if there's any severe discomfort or pain or history of herniated disc in your low back, then be very careful with this posture, maybe even skip it. What you want to feel is your spine being gently rounded, but also gentle stretch of the inner thighs. Maybe you have a bit of sensation in the hip joints because they are now externally rotating. And then you come out of the posture. Now we will drop your left knee on the floor and your right knee will sort of aim to be on top of your bottom knee. And you may always keep it higher than that. So you adjust, you're not using asana. You are using asana to get into your body. You're adjusting, modifying the posture to make it really yours. And you will feel it in your hips. And then you change sides. So your right knee is at the bottom and your left knee is aiming to be on top of the bottom knee. But again, it's if there's any discomfort or you have injury in your knee, skip it. And releasing. And let's lay down on our back. Feet on the floor. Legs parallel to each other. With an inhale, you lift your hips up and you slide your arms over your head. Exhale, down both your hips and your arms. Inhale, hips up, arms over, and then down. So we synchronize this movement of your hips and movement of your arms, but also we're synchronizing it with your breath. Exhale, down. And let's do one more time. Inhale, reach up with your hips. Exhale, both arms and your hips slide down. Now let's bring knees together, feet apart, release tension of the lower back. And now let's bring both knees to your chest, feet up, and we will hold your feet with both hands, coming into this happy baby posture, and maybe roll here from side to side. This should feel pleasant. And then release, dropping both knees towards your left side, coming into the gentle twist. It does not have to be deep. We're simply creating gentle sensation of the twist of the spine and then coming to the second side. Dropping both knees towards the right. Stimulating, facilitating flow and movement in the center of our body. And releasing. And maybe circular movements of your knees as if you are massaging your back. Good. And finally straighten both legs, allowing your hands to rest, allowing your feet to drop apart, allowing your breath to flow, allowing your body to download the benefits of the practice, the benefits of this movement. And allow yourself to simply be with each breath. And when you're ready, you simply invite movement back to your body, toes and fingers, arms and knees. Enjoy. Here, feel free to be creative. What are the movements that your body craves? And then take your time. But you may also simply come back to that seated posture just for a brief moment to wrap up the practice. Come back to your intention and see if you can keep this intention until the end of your day. Maybe smile. Maybe bring your hands to heart. Thank yourself for being here. Thank you for being here indeed. See you on the mat.